Welcome back to another Hacky Holidays Unlock the City 2022 write-up video. In this video, we'll be walking through the web challenge Mayor's Blog. Let's get into it. So as you can see, this challenge is split up into 5 parts and we'll be solving all parts in this video. So let's get into part 1. There is a flag hidden in the web page. Can you find it? Let's go ahead and launch their backend here. And we'll go ahead and open that up in a new tab. So somewhere on this page is the flag. So let's do inspect and let's go to the headers. We'll refresh. Click the root headers. And sure enough, in the content security policy header, there's our first flag. So we'll copy that, paste it. All right, let's move on to part 2. Try to exploit the password resetting functionality to gain access to an account. Okay, so if we go to login, let's go ahead and close that. So it wants us to exploit the forgot password, we'll never save, username. Okay, so maybe there's some information on the actual web page itself that we can use to figure out what this information is. So let's go duplicate tab and we'll just go back to the home page. All right, so looking for a username, probably the_mayor is going to be our username. Best friend from childhood. Citizens of the smart city, we have solid evidence that our loving mayor's best friend, George. All right, so George is probably his best friend. And then date of birth. I wish to thank all the beautiful people who congratulated me for my 50th birthday yesterday. Thank you for believing in me. So this was posted January 24th, 2022. So his birthday would be January 23rd. Minus 50 years, which would be 1972. So that's going to be 1/23, 1972. Okay, reset password. And there's our second flag. All right, we'll take that and submit it. Okay, let's move on to part 3. It looks like the design of the authentication system is very flawed. Find out how users are authenticated and exploit the system to gain administrator rights. Okay, so let's come back here and let's actually log in to the system with our new temporary password right here for the mayor. All right, as you can see, we're logged in as editor. All right, so as you can see, we're logged in as editor, and let's see if there's any cookies we can look at. Ah, here we go. Is admin is set to false. So what if we set that to true, save it, refresh? Okay, so now we're logged in as administrator, and there's this new link right here we can look at. Let's check the Nginx logs. And sure enough, here's our next flag. All right, let's move on to part 4. There is a special console for administrators on the website, but the link is hidden. Find the link and gain relevant information from the logs. In the end, use the console to find user information. Alright, so we need to examine these logs and see if we can't find anything interesting in them. If we scroll down a bit, actually find right here, there's a link to a logging in page with username equals sysadmin and password equals that. All right. But it says special console for administrators, but the link is hidden. So where can we find the link to this? Well, if we check robots.txt, we'll see that there's an admin shell. However, if we try to go to it, not authorized, only system administrators have access to the logs page. Well, we can easily log in with the log information we found right here, where username equals sysadmin, right? Because that'll give us a login for the sysadmin. So all we need to do is just paste that in here, press enter. And now, as you can see, we're a system administrator. So we should be able to just refresh, and sure enough, we found the console that we needed to get to. Now it's asking us to find the user information. So let's just see if we can run basic commands on here. And we can, so let's try catting the user.txt file. And there's our 4th flag. All right, paste that in, submit. Let's move on to the final part. Find a vulnerability in the developer console and use it to access a password file. So it's quite possible this developer console has higher privileges than what it should have. So let's see if we can cat out the /etc/password file, which usually doesn't have any protections on it anyways, but let's just see if this works. Okay, it looks like it's locked in place, so we'll need to do local file inclusion essentially here. Just throw in a couple of those. Alright, so it does work. We can read Etsy passwords, so let's see if there's any hashes visible in the Etsy shadow file. And there's an admin hash right here we can probably crack. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Kali, and we're going to echo that hash into an admin.hash file. Then we're going to use John on it, and we'll use the rocku.txt. Make sure you set the format to raw MD5. This is an MD5 hash right here. You can tell because it's 32 characters long. So let's just press enter and see what we get. All right, the password is I love you. So that should be the answer to this. Is that right? And we finished it! So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.